Hello students, today I am going to explain you some formulas and tricks to solve this friction problems here. The first one I am going to tell you is here force necessary in different conditions. So for that, let us assume W be the weight of the body, theta is the angle of friction, mu equal to tan theta is the coefficient of friction. And look at the situation here. Minimum pulling force P at an angle alpha with horizontal. That means what is the P that is required to pull this block? Minimum value of the P required to pull the block with an angle alpha. So this is a given figure and I made it what here? The force is acting on the body. So here, this is P making an angle alpha with a horizontal resolved into two components, P cos alpha, P sin alpha. The frictional force acts in opposite direction here. And we are going to write the conditions here. The first condition is what here? The P cos alpha must be equal to F in order to move the body. So I can write the condition is, the conditions are P cos alpha must be equal to F. And second one, you can see from this vertical direction, n plus p sine alpha equal to w. N plus p sine alpha equal to w. And n equal to, we can write w minus p sine alpha. W minus p sine alpha. And you know the frictional force F equal to, we can write mu n. Then it becomes what here? Mu of w p sine alpha. If we substitute this value here, we get here P cos alpha equal to mu of WP sin alpha. And if you separate this one, you are going to get what here? This P equal to mu W by cos alpha plus mu sin alpha. You are going to get this one equation. The other equation also I will tell you by substituting mu equal to tan theta, that is sin theta by cos theta. That means in this equation, you have to look at this figure carefully here. So after this, I'm going here. So P cos alpha equal to sin theta by cos theta W of W minus P sin alpha. Now cross multiply, you will get P cos alpha cos theta and W sin theta and minus, we are going to write what here? P sin alpha sin theta. You can take this P this side, so P of, you are going to get cos alpha cos theta plus sin alpha sin theta is equal to W sin theta. And this is, a trigonometric expansion of cos A minus B formula. So this can be written as P cos of alpha minus theta equal to W sin theta, and P equal to, we can write W sin theta by cos of alpha minus theta. So this is another expression in terms of angle of friction and also this value of W here. Here you can write mu value and here you can substitute the theta value, that is angle of friction. If it is given, this is the expression, and if the coefficient of friction is given, this is the expression for minimum pulling force required to get what here? This friction, to get this force here in the case of pulling a body by making an angle alpha with a horizontal. Okay, copy this one, then we will move on to the next one. Next, minimum pushing force. at an angle alpha with a horizontal. The assumptions are same, and here the situation is like this here. This is a block of weight W here, a force P applied like this, making an angle alpha with horizontal. This becomes P cos alpha. This becomes P sin alpha. This is the normal. This is the frictional force acting here. Okay. Yes, again we can write the conditions here. The conditions are, first of all, I will write the condition is what here, P cos alpha must be equal to, I can write F, and the next one is what here, N equal to P sin alpha plus W, and small f equal to, we can write mu N. So therefore, P cos alpha equal to mu of P sin alpha plus W. So from this, if you write, we are going to get P of cos alpha minus mu sin alpha equal to mu W. Okay, and P equal to, we get mu W by cos alpha minus mu sin alpha. This is one way of writing the P value in terms of mu. Okay, now if you write in place of mu as the sine theta by cos theta, that means I can write from here, that is P cos alpha equal to sine theta by cos theta of P sine alpha plus W. Cross multiplication will give you P cos alpha cos theta, and here P sine alpha sine theta plus W sine theta here. So take common P here, you are going to get cos alpha cos theta plus minus sine alpha sine theta equal to W sine theta, and P equal to, we can write W sine theta by, this is expansion of what here, cos alpha plus theta, so it becomes cos alpha plus theta here. So this is another way to represent the minimum pushing force required to move the block on a rough horizontal floor here. So making an angle alpha with a horizontal. So these two expressions are very important in order to find the minimum force required here. They are just minimum forces, not for the acceleration here, just to move the block on the rough horizontal surface. These are the forces required here. Okay. Now, let us take the same situation in the case of inclined plane. So far we have taken on the horizontal plane. We are going to take up now for inclined planes here. Minimum pulling force P to pull a block up an inclined plane. So here the situation is like this here. So this is, I'm taking lambda. Why? Because here already we took the theta as angle of friction. I'm taking lambda as an angle here. So you know this is W, this is lambda, this is W cos lambda, and this is W sin lambda. This is normal reaction, and I applied the force P like this. making an angle alpha with horizontal. So this becomes P cos alpha and this becomes P sin alpha. Okay, now situation is like this here. Again, the conditions I'm going to write here. So the conditions are, first one here, what here, P cos alpha is balanced by over here W sin alpha, because we are pulling up, the frictional force acts like this. So we can write P cos alpha equal to W sin lambda plus small f. And here, if you vertical direction, if you see, we can write N plus P sin alpha equal to, we are left with what here, W cos lambda. So N equal to, I can write W cos lambda minus P sin alpha. And you know, F equal to, we can write mu N, means F equal to, we can write mu of this one, whatever is there, that is W cos lambda minus P sin alpha. So this is the value of the F here. If you substitute F value here, we are going to get the expression for P here. I'm writing the same here. That is P cos alpha equal to W sin lambda plus mu of W cos lambda minus P sin alpha. If you take common here, what you are going to get, P of cos alpha, this mu comes here, so it is minus, so it becomes what here, plus mu sin alpha, and here we can take a W common, so you are going to get a W of sin lambda plus mu cos lambda. This is the value of one, and if you want P value, you are going to get as P equal to W sin lambda plus mu cos lambda divided by cos alpha plus mu sin alpha. So this is expression for P in terms of lambda and alpha here, and mu also there. But suppose if you want this expression in terms of angle of friction theta, you have to replace mu by tan theta, that is sin theta by cos theta. So what happens if you substitute here? So let us see that one here. So here you substitute mu equal to sin theta by cos theta. So P equal to, it becomes what, a W of sin lambda plus sin theta by cos theta and cos lambda divided by cos alpha plus sin theta by cos theta and sin alpha. You can see this one, and LCM will be cos theta here and here, that cancel out, one cos theta comes here, one cos theta comes here. So P equal to W of sin lambda cos theta plus sin theta cos lambda divided by, here you are going to get cos alpha cos theta plus sin alpha sin theta. So this is the expansion of sin a plus b, and this is expansion of cos a minus b. Therefore P equal to, you will get W of sin lambda plus theta divided by cos of alpha minus theta. So this is the minimum pulling force required to pull the block up and rough inclined plane, making an angle alpha with a inclination. Alpha with a inclination. Here this lambda is the angle of inclination and theta is the angle of friction. Okay, so these are the very important deductions you need to use during the solving of the problems here. Okay. Now I am moving to very important part of the friction lesson here. This is very important because students feel very difficult in these type of problems here. That's why you must be very attentive during this class here. That is black on black problems here. So here we are going to take here. So four two cases here. First one I'm taking here. First one, that is two blacks I'm taking here. This is A, this is B, small m, this is capital M, and force F is applied on the upper block. So the first case is what here? Force applied on upper block. Okay. In this one also we have some cases here. The first one, if there is no friction between A and B. If there is no friction between A and B, what happens here? This A will move and B will be at rest. If there is no friction between A and B, what happens here? Block A will move with acceleration A equal to, I can write F by M, and block B will be at rest. Block B will be at rest. That is A B equal to 0. Right? Now, for example, L is the width of this lower block. L is the width of the lower block. How much time this block M takes to fall off this edge of the lower block? So time taken to fall off. Time taken to fall off the edge. So you know T equal to, we can write 2L by A. But what is A here? That is A means here A only, because time taken to fall off the edge of the lower block by upper block. So therefore we can write as this is 2L M by F. 2L M by F. Okay, so this is what here the first one, when there is no friction between A and B. So this is a situation. A block move with acceleration F by M. B block will be at rest and time taken will be like this here. Okay. Now in the same one, I'm going to take another one. That is B. I'm going to take here. There is a friction between A and B, and F is less than limiting friction between M and M. There is a friction between A and B, and the applied force is less than limiting friction between this M and M. So in this case, what happens? This is very important here. So normally, when you apply the force here, try to understand what I am saying here. When force is applied on the upper block here, the friction between this lower block and upper block will act. That means the friction on the lower block will be in this direction, and friction on the upper block is left side, and on the right side this friction is going to act here. That means upper block experience right side, and upper block experience a friction on the opposite direction of the applied force, whereas the lower block experience a force in the direction of the force here. And remember, what is the maximum force maximum friction that can be exerted on this block? Equal to what here? Limiting friction. That means this is what here is maximum frictional force will be equal to what here? FL will be equal to, we can write mu S mg, we can write. And here, if this value is less than mu s, that means applied force is less than FL, what happens here? These two blocks will move combinedly. Try to remember this condition. If the applied force is less than the limiting frictional force, the two blocks will move combinedly. The two blocks will move combinedly, and combined acceleration is given by A equal to, we can write F by m plus m. Combined acceleration is given by F by m plus m. This is the only condition you have to keep in mind. Applied force must be less than limiting frictional force, then the two blocks will move together. This is a very important condition you have to keep in mind. Okay, we are going to take up the third case where F greater than FL also. So let us take that one. So I hope you understand what I said here. Once again, I'm repeating here. So the friction between these two will pull the lower block along with the upper block. Are you getting what I'm saying here? So the lower block is pulled by along with upper block by the frictional force, provided the applied force must be less than what here? Limiting friction. Applied force must be less than limiting friction, right? So in such case, the two blocks will move together, and you can calculate what is F here, what is FL. So for example, if the applied force is 20 Newton, and this FL is, you can substitute here, that means mass of this one is given, mu s is given. Let us take one example here so you can understand this one. This I am taking as 1 kg, and mu equal to, I can take 0.2 here. So what is FL equal to? FL equal, we can write as 0.2 into 1 into 10. You are going to get 2 Newton. Suppose if the applied force is 1 Newton, then what happens here? The both will move together. Both will move together. If F is greater than 2 Newton, what happens? So that I am going to tell you as the next one here. There is friction between A and B, and F is greater than FL. F is greater than FL. That means applied force is greater than limiting frictional force. Then what happens here? To understand this one, so in this case, the two blocks will move with different accelerations. Remember, this block A will slide over this one and also drag this lower block, but it will move faster than this one. The block A will move faster than the lower block, and both will have different accelerations. So that you can have different accelerations, we are going to draw the FBD of both of them. FBD of small m. So this is what here applied force, normal reaction, the mg acts here. This is the frictional force here, and it is moving with acceleration A. When it is moving with acceleration A, we take what here? Kinetic friction into consideration. So I can write Fk. So what is the equation I can write here? According to Newton's second law, F minus Fk equal to MAA, and AA equal to, I will get F minus Fk by M. So this is the acceleration of what here? Upper block. Acceleration of the upper block. Now I am drawing FBD of capital M, that is lower block I am drawing here. So lower block is like this here, and its weight acts downward, but it is pulled by what here? It is pulled by Fk. Remember, this frictional force are action and reaction pair. So on the upper block, if it is acting left side, on the lower block, it is going to act on the right side. So with acceleration, what here? AB. So I can write Fk equal to MAB. So implies AB equal to Fk by M. But what is Fk here? Frictional force due to the lower block. So Fk equal to actual value becomes what here? Mu k mg. So therefore AB equal to, we get what here, mu k mg divided by capital M. So this is the acceleration of the lower block. This is the acceleration of the upper block. This is happens whenever the applied force is greater than limiting frictional force between upper block and lower block. Case B we have taken where the applied force is less than limiting friction, there the two are combinedly moving. But here upper block moves with a certain acceleration, lower block will move with another acceleration. Both are different here. If they are different, then this length L is there. How much time this A will take to fall of this one? To get this one, we have to calculate the relative velocity acceleration of this A with respect to lower block here. So I'm writing that one here. So acceleration of A with respect to B. A equal to, I can write AA minus AB. AA minus AB. So AA what we got here? AA is F minus Fk by small m minus, this is what we got here, mu k mg by capital M. And in place of Fk also we can write mu k mg. So it becomes what here? LCM is small m capital M. So this multiplies M here, right? I said Fk equal to again mu k mg here. So M, so what we can take here? This M goes here. So Fk M minus mu k small m, sorry. So in place of mu k, we can write like this here, F minus, this as what here, mu k of mmg, and this is also, so let us write the same so that you can don't be confused here. Fk by capital M, so that you will be very easy to understand. So F M, okay, and here if you take F common, what you are going to get? M plus M, right? So this is okay. Then I'm going to write in place of Fk as mu k mg M plus M divided by M plus M. So this is a relative acceleration of A with respect to B. Then what we can calculate here? Time taken by block A to fall off from edge of B. So this is the length here. You know the time T equal to, we can write 2L by A, and this becomes what here? 2L of Fm mu k mg of M plus M divided by this is what here? M. Okay, so 2L mm divided by Fm of mu mg of M plus M, sorry. So this is the time taken to slide off the edge of the table by this upper block over the lower block here. So this is the third one where the applied force is greater than this limiting friction. What happens here? Both will have different accelerations. We got the same here. Okay. Now let us take the fourth case here. The fourth case is So far, first case, what you have taken, no friction between these two. Second case, we have taken friction between these two, but F less than FL. Third case, we have taken friction between these two and F greater than FL. But fourth case is the friction between this black and black B and surface. Suppose if the friction is there between black B and surface also, what happens here? Then there is a limiting friction that comes here. That is FL dash I am going to take here. So FL dash equal to mu S of M plus M we are going to get. M plus M of G we are going to get. This is the limiting frictional force acting on the lower black. That means between black B and what here? This surface. This is a friction acting here. Suppose if which one is pulling this one? Just now I told you in the case of the FBD of lower black, FBD of lower black is what here? This is capital M. FK is pulling this one. FK is pulling the lower black. If FK greater than FL dash, if Fk greater than Fl dash, then what happens here? Then B moves. Then black B moves, right? Because the applied force is greater than frictional force, it moves. If the condition is if Fk is less than Fl dash, if Fk is less than Fl dash, then what happens here? There is no question of movement for the black B. That means black B will not move. And what about the frictional force here? Normally, I told you when the block is not moving, the frictional force equal to applied force. Here, the applied force is what here? Fk. Therefore, the frictional force becomes what here? In this case, the frictional force becomes Fk, not Fl here. Okay. So, if the Fk is less than Fl dash, black will not move. If greater than this one, then the black will move here. Okay, so this is the fourth case where there is a friction between all the surfaces. Here, the first case we applied what here? Force applied on only upper black. This is the case, right? Now, let us move on to the second one where force is applied only on the lower black, and same three situations we are going to take up. So force applied on lower black here. So what happens force applied on lower black? Again we take cases here. The first case is here. So no friction between A and B. If there is no friction between A and B, what happens here? Black B moves with acceleration A B equal to F by M, and black A will be at rest. Black A will be at rest, that is A equal to 0. A equal to 0, right? This is the first case here. Second case I'm going to take here. There is a friction between A and B. If there is a friction between A and B, what happens here? So here, very important to understand here. Try to see here. This is the black lower black, which is pulled with force F. So this is a black. So when black lower black moves right side, the friction on this one, that means friction due to upper black on the lower black will act like this. And friction due to lower block on the upper block will act like this. So this is the pseudo force here. So this pseudo force will make the upper block to move together with the lower block. Upper block and lower block will together move due to what here? This pseudo force F. So what is the pseudo force here? Both will combinedly move with acceleration A. Then the pseudo force I can write pseudo force F dash equal to I can write MA, and because they are moving combinedly, so what we can write here, A equal to, we can write what here, A equal to total force by total mass M plus M. Therefore F dash value I'm going to get what here, MF by M plus M. So this is the pseudo force acting on the upper block, which is making the both block to move together with the same acceleration. So if this force, pseudo force is less than limiting frictional force, what happens? Greater than limiting frictional force, what happens? So remember, if this is greater than this limiting frictional force is acting here. So if this is greater than limiting friction, what happens? Less than limiting friction, what happens? We are going to take up. So the condition I'm going to write here. So frictional force, this must be equal, this must be less than what here? This applied force, friction, limiting frictional force here, FL here. So F dash is what here we got here, F dash value we already got as MF by M plus M, and a limiting frictional force of which one here? Upper block, which we can write as mu S mg. M cancel out, then F equal F less than we are going to get as what here, mu S of M plus M of G. That means the two blocks will move together provided the applied force must be less than this value. The two blocks will move combinedly provided applied force is less than mu S of M plus M of G here. That means I can write two blocks combinedly with the same acceleration, that is AA equal to AB equal to F by M plus M, and condition is what here, if F less than mu S of M plus M G. So if this condition is satisfied, then only these two blocks will move together here. Okay, so this is the second case. And third case is what here, we have taken this condition. If it is more than this one, what happens here? Suppose if F is F this is greater than this one, or this case F dash is greater than FL, what happens? As seen in the third case of the earlier one, both blocks will have what here? Different accelerations. Upper block will move with one acceleration, lower block will move with another acceleration, and they have different accelerations. And the block A will slide off from the edge of this one, because this moves faster, this moves slower. Therefore, there is a possibility for the upper block to slide up from this one and to fall on the ground here. We are going to calculate that one. There is friction between A and B, and uh, F dash is greater than FL. That is pseudo force is greater than FL. What happens here? Okay. So for that, let us see here for upper block. I'm drawing for upper block FBD of upper block here. So this is pulled by whom here? This is pseudo force F here. It is moving with acceleration A. So this is what here. Fk I can write. So what is the value I can, this will give you acceleration A. So this is not there for this one. So F dash equal to MAA and A equal to F dash by M I can write. Okay. And for black, lower black, this is F and this is F dash. Okay. That is F dash, nothing but what here, the limiting Fk comes into play here. So I can write F minus F dash equal to MAB, AB equal to F minus F dash by capital M. So this is the expression for this one. And F dash will be what here, greater than FL means it becomes what here, F dash becomes mu kmg because it is the kinetic friction. So keep that in mind. This is the value of A and B. Then I'm writing acceleration of A with respect to B. That is A equal to AA minus AB. And why I'm going to write like this, A equal to, I'm putting a minus sign. Why minus sign I'm putting here? Because this black will move forward and this black will come forward, so backward with respect to this one. So A minus means F dash by small m minus F minus F dash by capital M. Okay, so what you are going to get here, minus of, this is M capital M. So you can take a F dash common, you are going to get M plus this becomes plus minus M capital F here. Okay, so then time taken by upper block to slide off. Okay, so T equal to under root of 2L by A. The negative sign indicates only it is going up backward direction. Okay, so we can write T equal to under root of 2L small m capital M divided by this value, that is F dash of M plus capital M minus MF here. Okay, so this is the time taken by the black to slide up. So these are the black over black problems which are very important for the students to understand here. So the conditions you must understand here. So in the first one, what I told you, when force is applied on the upper black, the two blacks will move only provided F is less than the limiting frictional force of the upper black. And here also the two blacks will combinedly move if F dash is less than FL, that is the pseudo force is less than FL. Once it is greater than, it becomes kinetic friction. So we can write the same here. Okay, so if you keep these in mind, you can calculate the blacks problems, you can calculate the acceleration, you can calculate the time taken, etc. very easily. So I hope you understand what I said here. And one more thing I would like to tell you. So black struck to uh, front part of a truck here. So that means here a truck is moving with certain acceleration and a block is struck here. So when this black truck is moving with acceleration A, the block will stuck to this one. So what is the minimum acceleration of the black truck so that the block will not slide down? Once again, I'm repeating here, minimum acceleration of this truck so that the block will not slide down. So here, when the black truck is going forward, what is the force that acts on the black here? The force acts on the black is what here? MA. This is the force acting on this one. So the normal reaction is what here? This is the normal reaction. The weight acts what here? In this direction. Frictional force acts in this direction. So the block will not slide provided the frictional force should balance what here? Weight. And that means normal reaction is what here? Here the normal reaction N equal to, we can write MA, and condition for the block not to slide down, is what here? F must be equal to mg, and you know F equal to, we can write mu n equal to mg. N is what here? Ma equal to mg. Cancel, we get a equal to g by mu. So this is the minimum acceleration of the truck required so that the block which is stuck on the front part will not slide up. Okay. Now second case here, this is truck again moving with acceleration a. A block is kept here on the back of this one, and when this is going forward with acceleration a, the pseudo force acts on this block with acceleration a, and the frictional force acts like this, and you know this is the weight, this is the normal reaction, and here the block will not slide up provided this frictional force balances the pseudo force here. So what is the pseudo force here? The pseudo force equal to Fp equal, I can write Ma, and condition is what here? The condition not to fall. F must be equal to Fp, and F equal, we can write where? Mu n equal to Fp is what here? Ma, and mu n means mu mg equal to Ma. Cancel, we get A equal to mu g. That means this block will not slide off from the back of this truck provided this truck should move with what here? Acceleration a. This means this is what here? Minimum acceleration. This is the minimum acceleration. Here also this is the minimum acceleration required. This is the minimum acceleration. If it moves faster than this one, the block will slide up here. This block will what here? If it is minimum, if it moves more than this one, no problem, it will stuck to the one. But if it is less than this one, it slides down. Here, this is what here? This is the minimum one. If we do this is a maximum, I am sorry, this is the maximum acceleration, and this is what here? Minimum acceleration required to stuck the body not to fall down. This is the maximum acceleration so that the block will not slide up from the edge of the lorry here. Okay, so these are the some of the concepts which you can use during the problem solvings here. I hope you understand what I said. Thank you.